Welcome each and every one of you to this real estate market report, giving you all of the information you need about buying and selling homes here in North Texas. We are into 2026. This last year, I want to say it's been wild, but it hasn't really been that wild in real estate. We've seen that prices this year have stayed very consistent and even have dipped a little bit here at the end of this last quarter. So what does it look like for next year? Are you thinking about buying? Are you thinking about selling? Nervous about what's the right time? Well, there are a couple of things to take into account. First of all, this just happened this last week. What date was that on? That was on January 8th. If you're watching this down the line, President Trump ordered $200 billion in mortgage bonds to be bought up by Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. If you don't know what those are, let me just take 30 seconds to tell you what they are, in case you're not a nerd or you're not in real estate. The way that mortgages work is banks have a certain amount of money. It's not unlimited, but they lend that out to people in the form of mortgages. And once they have it out there, then they don't have instantly more cash because it has to be paid back over 15, 20, 30 years. So there's actually what's called the secondary market, where that's Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, and there are a few other ones as well. They buy up these loans from the banks, and then they sell them to other investors. So the money goes right back to the bank. So when that happens, banks have more money. And when this happens regularly, there's less risk for them of running out of cash and not being able to do business. So when that happens, interest rates go down because they're less worried about it, they're less cautious about it, so they're more willing to give out money and do it for less, so a lower interest rate. So when we see that this has happened this last month, that's a good indicator that interest rates are going to go down. Now, caution, caution, caution. That doesn't mean that everything is going to get cheaper. That doesn't mean that. Historically, when interest rates go down, people all of a sudden realize they have more money monthly to buy more house. So they spend more money, they jump in, and all of a sudden house prices go up. So I know this sounds like such a realtor thing to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. There's not necessarily a good time to buy or sell a house. Now, there are different advantages to different seasons, but when interest rates go down, prices go up. And when interest rates go up, prices go down. So we've had a period over the last couple of years now where we've had relatively high interest rates, which have made the prices dip down. So what does that mean for this next year? It means that if interest rates go down, there's going to be a little bit of time where prices are going to stay stagnant, and then I think they're going to jump up in the normal seasonal fluctuations. But what does that look like? Let me go ahead and show you the numbers. This is from the beginning of time. Well, maybe not the beginning of time, but this is since the current system came out in 2003. This is all of North Texas. You can see that we had a pretty gradual increase in prices until here we got to 21 and 22. Now, a couple things here is right after COVID, people had gone crazy in this point. They went about houses, but also that's when they said that the economy was in really bad shape and interest rates dropped. This is what I talk about here, because during this time, back here, they were at 6, 7%. We were down in 5%, 4%. Here, things dropped to 3% or lower, and you can see what happened to the prices. Explosions of prices. So then when things went back to a more normal level on interest rates, prices leveled out, and we've been the same since then. We haven't seen a real increase in prices since, June of 2022. If you watch, there are two things that make me think that this is probably going to jump up this next year. If you follow the trend that goes this way, we are just about catching on at this point. It's not scientific, I can't prove it, but I think we're going to jump back onto that curve and head back after this. And if the interest rates stay low, then it's going to jump up even more. So what does that mean for you buying or selling? Well, I can tell you the Howards have kind of taken the leap on this as well. We quickly put our house on the market this last month. We got it under contract, and we're looking to jump in to find our next one before the prices jump up, because we can always refinance later, but we can't always get a lower price later. Well, let's look at how much inventory is left in the market right now. This is the one that tells you at this point in time how much power does a buyer or a seller have as they look to buy. The higher it is, now you can ignore this. This is when they converted systems. But you can see in general, North Texas would hang around 2.5 months. They would hang around 4 months. And again, this is how long it would take to sell all of the inventory of homes that are out there at the rate at which they were selling. So here it would take, this is in 2020 before COVID went wild. It was taking about 4 months for everything to sell, if it would go that way. Now, when things went wild and prices went crazy and everyone was out there eating up houses, it was less than a month, which was ludicrous for everyone. But now you can see we are past, a few months ago, I was telling everyone, this is the most inventory we've ever had, and it's absolutely true. But that's kind of gone down. Houses have come off the market. People are waiting until the spring, and buyers are starting to jump back into the market, which means as the inventory goes down, then sellers have more power. So down here, the sellers were as powerful as they've ever been. Up here, when I was telling everyone to buy this last year, that's why, because you had lots and lots of power, because lots and lots of choices. If it goes down, like I think it probably will, the sellers will have more power as we go along. But right now, the buyers still have the power. Hey, there's a lot in there. So if you have any questions, if you're thinking about buying or selling in the next couple of months or years, just give me a call. I'm happy to go through it. No pressuring, no bullying you, but maybe I can find you just the right time to get the most money in the bank and save you money on the buy side. Well, this is Ben Howard, and I look forward to talking to you soon.